Hey everyone! Well, we're here, we're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we will be talking about Plexus. Plexus is one of the many health and wellness MLMs that are out there, and something else that they have in common with a lot of MLMs is that the average rep makes about $500 in a year, yet we hear often that you can make $500 in a month, yet income disclosure statements kind of prove that it's 500 in a year or less, sometimes a little bit more. It always depends on the MLM and how much commission they give people and of course what rank you're at. But on average, you make about $500 in a year, not $500 in a month like they like to entice people with. Like, what would an extra $500 do for you? Another thing that so many MLMs do is they will give you the sob story, or they will try and guilt trip you into doing this, what if scenario. Like, well, what if this is the thing that changes your life? It changed my life. It probably would change yours too. Listen to my sad story, how awful my life was prior to the MLM. Now that I'm in the MLM, everything is perfect. Everything is wonderful. My life could not be any better, and that could be you too if only you said yes to this opportunity. And that's exactly the video we will be reacting to today. It is a video about 3 or 4 Huns in Plexus talking about their story, what got them interested in Plexus, and why Plexus has changed their life. So we'll hear potential sob story, potential my life was the worst it could have ever been prior to the MLM, and now thanks to the MLM my life could not be better. Because as always, your life is never, perfect until you join an MLM. But it's weird because your life only became perfect and you only needed to pretend like it was perfect after the MLM. Plenty of people get jobs that do change their life and they don't need to talk about it all the time on social media in order to get other people involved. And that is why they will tell these things. They want to hit whatever pain points they can. They want to connect in whatever way, whatever maybe, struggle somebody's going through in the moment. They want to get them in that moment and be like, hey, I was going through that too, and now thanks to the MLM, I'm no longer going through that, and you too will experience the success that I have. But yet we look at income disclosure statements and those very much disprove that that is the case, and it is extremely rare for people to see any sort of success in this industry. So, with all of that said, let's get started into today's video.
Hey everyone, welcome to our little online event tonight. We are so glad that you are here, and us four ladies are so excited to share our stories with you. Maybe you are hearing about this Plexus thing for the very first time tonight, or you have been taking these amazing products for a while, and maybe you're thinking about sharing. Or maybe you are sharing the opportunity of Plexus already, and we want to welcome all of you. So we are here to answer the question for you tonight of what if? What if Plexus is your answer like it was ours? You're going to hear quick testimonies from the four of us about how it's changed our lives and how it could change yours too. So welcome. My name I am a Diamond Ruby brand ambassador with Plexus. I've been with Plexus for almost 9 years now. Crazy. And we hear this saying all the time, it changed my life, right? And it does sound cliche sometimes, right? But I can truly, without a shadow of a doubt, tell you that this opportunity and these products did in fact change
Opportunity first, product second. That's just the MLM way.
my life. About 10 years ago, my husband and I, parents to 3 young kids, we were swimming in debt. There was way more month left at the end of our money. My parents were helping us keep the lights on some months, and my husband was working 3 jobs to make ends meet. The financial burden was very, very heavy. Maybe you can relate to that.
this is such a typical one to go after. It's like, are you swimming in debt? Do you want to help relieve some of the financial burden off of your husband or your partner? This is the answer. Yet, you have to put in so much money in the beginning, and then maybe a year or two down the line, then all the work and residuals and whatever will start to pay off. But if you have no money at all to be putting into this, even to sign up for the starter kit cost or whatever fee it is, this is not the answer for you then. You should be looking for stuff where it is $0 to start. But getting started in a business where you have to continuously buy products each and every month, because that's the facade of what you do, is you're a salesperson of the products. You're supposed to be selling the products and talking about how amazing they are. But if you don't have the money for these products, then this is definitely not the business to be getting into, because it is a very expensive business to get into. They will try and say it's not like it's so easy. You're starting your own business, but we've done all the hard work for you. There's still a decent amount of upfront cost. And if you are swimming in debt, and you have no you have no extra spending money, this is the worst possible thing to get involved with.
I remember feeling the constant stress of money on my shoulders and worrying about little things like not having enough money to pay for groceries or gas or a pair of shoes my boys needed for sports, let alone paying for the big bills like car payments or our mortgage, Christian education that we so desired for our children. I longed to take the burden from my husband. And I remember crying myself to sleep many nights, feeling so helpless and so burdened. And I prayed that God would deliver us out of this heavy burden that we were bearing. I was introduced to Plexus online by reading some testimonies about the products a friend was posting. And I was also suffering from a lot of health issues at that time too. So I bought my welcome pack as I was really eager to feel better. But because of our financial situation, I needed to find a way to pay for these products because we just did not have room in the budget for them. Okay. So I started sharing online right away with my family and friends immediately. I didn't even have the products in my house yet. But I knew
she is the prime perfect individual for uplines. Is she just believed the friend that was online talking about it. She started promoting and talking about how amazing and excited she is for this journey, for these products, before even trying them. Like, you are a salesperson for a company's products when you haven't even tried them. Like, to me, that's why would I ever believe anything you're saying if you haven't even tried the products? Like, you're just saying, I'm excited to do this, do it along with me. And I guess she said she was just promoting to family and friends. And maybe she has the family and friends who have some extra spending money to do this along with her. Again, this was 9-10 years ago. The MLM world and social media were not as well known. I mean, obviously social media, I'd say in 2014 was definitely like, it was, Facebook was very big, and I think Instagram was too. And so, but yet the anti-MLM movement was probably not as like prominent, and so people were not as aware as they are now. And, people's financial situations 10 years ago could have been better than they are now. It just depends. It depends on her specific situation. Maybe she had a lot of friends and family who were just willing to do this along with her, buy it, and she got lucky. That's also what it is she just got lucky.
Knew that the products worked because of what my friends were saying and that they were so beneficial. And so soon I found out that many other people needed these products too through my sharing, because we went to the top of the company in just 3.5 years. In no time, simply from sharing Plexus and being passionate about the products and the business opportunity, I was.
Okay, that's also like very unheard of to go very high up in the company in 3.5 years, because also maybe she got in again at a different time than now. I mean, now it is so oversaturated, and you are competing with even more MLMs, around you. So it's even harder 10 years later than it was 10 years ago. And I think that's something they should take into consideration. But of course, why would they? Why would they take that into consideration at all? I mean, that it is just so, there are so many people trying to do the same thing on social media every single day. The competition of one another is a lot more than it probably was for her 10 years ago.
Making a six-figure income. Our debt was getting paid off. I was driving a free Lexus and
not free. Wasn't free. Was not free.
Going on free trips to Hawaii. We were able to afford Christian education with no stress, buy those extra groceries, not worry about the gas tank. And the best part about it all, we were able to give like we have never given before. God was answering my prayers in really big ways, and we were loving being able to give back to his kingdom.
Using the religious way, like saying like, I prayed for God to give this to me and he did. My life has changed. I don't have debt. We're able to go on vacations. We can pay for the school that we want my kids to go to. We can give so much more because God put this business in front of me. Someone else who is very religious and has prayed for some sort of answer to their problems is like, okay, God put this in front of me. Now here is my answer. And then when they don't see the same sort of success and it's very difficult and more stressful, that's kind of unfair, because then it's like, well, why did it work for her but it didn't work for me? What makes me different? What makes me less worthy? I'm trying just as hard. I asked for this same exact thing. He gave it to her. Why hasn't he given it to me? It's another tactic, the religious tactic. It's like, God put this in front of me and I had to answer it. And somebody else watching may feel the same way. And then when it doesn't provide because there are so many roadblocks in the way, it might even hurt them even more. Not only financially, but spiritually.
We now support a church mission in Guatemala with my family, which has blessed us immensely. God gave me a new passion in my life, and that is to share health and happiness and freedom with other women who are feeling burdened by the same things that we were. So I am truly so grateful for Plexus. It truly changed my life, for the products, for the freedom it has brought our family. Thank you for listening to my short little testimony, and is going to share now.
Hey, everybody. Oh, I love hearing these stories. So I started Plexus 8 years ago. I am a Diamond Gold Ambassador, and I heard about Plexus from my dear friend who just shared her story. And I was one of those people that read her testimony and her posting and everything online, and it got me curious. So I called her and then continued to watch for about 5 more months when my husband, who was struggling with some health issues that his doctor was concerned about, decided that, you know what, we need to give this a try. And little did he know that I was ready as well. I was struggling with some hormone issues, mood, gut issues, skin issues, exhaustion, all the things. And he had some things that his doctor, like I said, was very concerned about. So we jumped in, but our biggest concern, at least mine was the money. Where was this going to fit into our budget? Because like we had, we're spending things each month that we were just, the budget was full and we did not have enough left a lot of times to put money in savings or to spend on extra. And
this is just, you're telling people we had no money, but we made it work. We just kind of jumped in and we made this work. There are plenty of people that do this sort of thing all the time, where they will say, you know what, they made it work, I can make it work too. And it doesn't pan out because they might not know as many people. They might not have the friends and family that can invest. They may not have the specific Plexus look, the specific MLM or Top Hun look. I'm sure you guys know the specific look that I'm talking about. Usually blonde or brunette, very pretty, blue eyes, blonde or brunette hair, I already said that, and, you know, dresses very proper, and usually white women, usually. So, unless you don't, and usually skinny, you know, I mean, they say the products work and that it's what did it, but it's like really skinny, white, blonde women are the ones who usually succeed in MLMs, are usually the ones at the top. It's usually when you see them at their conventions and their trips and whatnot, they all look like clones of each other because there is a specific demographic that thrive in MLMs. Not saying that other people can't thrive in MLMs and that they can't also make it to the top, but it's seen way less likely, meaning that unless you have that look, then it's even harder. It's even more of a hurdle for you to get to a financial freedom status or rank or whatever.
Like extra, even though we knew we needed it. So we took a chance and we ordered the products and I decided to start sharing about it right away because I figured, well, and I consider myself fairly healthy, am not feeling well, then there has to be other people out there like me. And why not share this on social media? Because it's free and it's a place where I could reach a large audience. And so I did. And after sharing consistently, more and more people started asking questions and joining and feeling and getting started on the products, and they started feeling better. And then you know what, you guys, they started sharing too. And what started off with just, I would love to get my products paid for so that this isn't a line in our budget, very quickly turned to paying for our groceries, paying for a car payment, paying for our Christian ed payment that month, paying for the extras, us being able to take vacations.
So the exact same stuff as the woman prior it's just another like, oh, well, you know, maybe it just worked for that one woman. Maybe she was just only able to afford her car payment and school and groceries. And then you have this woman who's saying, you know, thanks to Plexus, I could pay for my car payment, my groceries, my kids' education. So now that is two people who are claiming that this is the answer to all of their financial burdens, when we just know that's not true. When the numbers, you can look at the numbers, you can just see that it's just not statistically feasible. These are people who have been in for 10 years. This second woman right here, if she came on and said, I joined last year, you know, I mean, I still wouldn't be for MLMs, but I'd be like, okay, people, you know, I guess you can join and then make it to the top very quickly. But again, I would say that's only based on luck and who she knew.
And you guys, not very long after, I was able to actually make the decision to leave my 18-year teaching career. Something that I never, ever thought possible, but something that I was actually.
So you were a teacher, genuinely helping people, genuinely teaching and molding people and helping them. You are helping people by teaching, and to leave and join an MLM and then claim, like, I'm here to help people and teach them about, you know, health and fitness and all that, while profiting off of them all the time and convincing them to really join this business. And then they too, their life goal is to, you know, want to teach people about health and wellness, but really what I'm teaching them is how they want to teach people how their life goal is health and fitness, and so get people involved in them. And then guess what they teach them? Health and fitness is all they care about, when in reality it's just getting people involved in the business, convincing them that, oh, it's all about health and wellness and fitness and changing lives. But really it's just getting more and more people involved. And yes, the products are there, but if you really just cared about helping people and getting them involved in the product, then you wouldn't be getting them involved in the business, because you'd be just happy that they are changing their lives via the amazingness of the products. You wouldn't need to get them involved.
Very much wanted to do for a long time, that I just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be the volunteer mom. I wanted to drive to the field trips. I wanted to be available for my kids. I didn't want to have to write sub plans when my kids got sick. You guys, it was a dream come true, and I am so excited now.
Ooh, this is another, tick off the box, especially to teachers or nurses, which are very common. We hear people say, I was a nurse or I was a teacher. This is like, thanks to Plexus, I was able to quit my nursing or quit my teaching career. So that's another checkbox of like, are you unhappy in your job? Well, guess what? I was able to leave a job that I was unhappy in. I was able to be there full time for my kids thanks to this MLM. That was just another box she was able to check off on her list of how to get people interested in the business.
Years later, our family is completely different. My husband now works from home. I also work from home. We have the time freedom that we have always wanted. We're able to give back like we've always wanted. We're able to travel like we've always wanted. Our life looks 100% different. And we are also helping so many people do the same thing. So I am so, so grateful for what Plexus has done for my life, both like my husband and my health, but also the financial piece has just been life-changing. All right.
Thank you. Love your story. So inspiring. Hi, friends. My name is, I'm so glad you're here tonight. I am a diamond as well, and I am twin sister, as you can probably tell. I have been with Plexus for just as long as it has, almost 9 years, and I live in Michigan. I have 5 kiddos and 2 precious grandkids that have stolen my heart. And I started Plexus for the products. I was a tired mom. I was trying to keep up with everything that moms try to keep up with. And I was battling some yucky health issues. And so I quickly started sharing after I got my products, because I knew what I had in my hands was pure gold. And I just wanted everyone to feel as good as I was feeling. I wanted to get my products paid for as well. And
so then that's really what it was. I mean, you may have tried to convince yourself like, oh, I want to offer this to people because this is such a gold mine. This is such an incredible product. Even though I haven't tried it, I have no actual personal experience or changes or whatever in my body, my lifestyle, my whatever. But I would like to have these products paid for, so I'm going to talk about it and hopefully get our people to buy it. So it was for the financial reason that you started sharing about it, because you wanted your products to be free, which is totally understandable. But don't act like you had a gold mine, wonderful, incredible product when you yourself had never experienced any changes. It's way too bizarre for me for someone to be recommending something to someone that they've never personally tried, and they're just like, well, that person said it was good, so it's like drugs. You're not going to go out there and promote drugs and be like, well, Jimmy that sold them to me said that he really likes them, so like you should try them too because he said they're great, even though I've never done it. But, he said it was good, so is that good enough for you? No! Just saying, well, that person had a good experience, so therefore every other person in the world is going to have a good experience? No. I'm like, okay, so you've never tried it. You're clearly just trying to get money out of me. You're clearly only talking about this because you get financially compensated when somebody purchases from you. It is the financial reason that you started talking about them online. It has nothing to do with changing lives. It just doesn't. We see through it. It is so easy to see through it. When you have never tried the product and you are talking about how life-changing it is, it doesn't make sense.
For me, I kind of stumbled into the opportunity, stumbled into the business part, and pretty quickly realized that there was an unbelievable and generous comp plan and company and people within Plexus. And God just opened doors and said, keep going, keep going. And so I did. And now 8 years later, we have been blessed beyond measure, financially, but honestly, more than that, for me, it's been the ability to give freely in ways that I never thought we would be able to. So some of you may not know, we have an adopted son from Guatemala. And so that country is pretty dear to our hearts. And we've been able to support a church there and take yearly trips there to visit them. And what a blessing it has been to be able to do that for our family, my immediate and then our extended family has been supporting them. Also, something recently fun that my husband and I have been able to do is start building a dream homestead here. We have 40 acres here in Michigan, and we're now working towards self-sufficiency and living off our land. We recently got 2 mini donkeys, Hank and Hazel, and they are totally stealing the show over here lately. So all this to say, this opportunity is real, you guys. And I needed it. I think you need it. Your mom needs it. Your sister needs it. Your aunt. It will bless you beyond what you think. And I just encourage you to say yes tonight. Say yes to better health or more financial freedom or both, right? Say yes to like linking arms with other women who will.
How many videos in a row are we going to hear? Sorry, that's my phone. Are we going to hear link arms with our people? I'm so incredibly over that phrase. It's been used, it's been done, it's over with. Just stop using it, please. Please, please, please. Do not link arms with other people. Don't get them involved. Like this whole it's your own business, do it yourself, but get other people involved because it makes it so much more fun. Like, no, because you need to get other people involved in order to make money. That's why. That's why you need to link arms with other people. You need to drag them along with you so that you can see some sort of money. That's why you have to link arms with, because it's what you absolutely have to do. It's not a choice. As much as you make it sound cutesy by saying just link arms with other people, you have to get other people involved in order to make money. That's what it is.
Truly encourage you and love you and lift you up in this community that we have. Say yes to more date nights with your husband. Say yes to more playtime with your kids. I could go on and on, seriously, but the possibilities are truly endless. And really, you're one decision away from a totally different life, like we were. So say yes.
Thank you. All right, you guys, I'm the last one to go here, and I'm just really excited to be here with you guys tonight. My name is, and I am a diamond, which just means, and all of us here are tonight, just means we've helped a lot of people, and they've helped a lot of people. So my friends would have said 8 years ago, or a little over 8 years ago now, when I started, that I was.
So all of these people got in between 8 and 10 years ago and have gotten pretty high up in the company. And it's like, just say yes now, because then in 8 years you could be where we are. Are you struggling horrendously right now? You have no extra money and you're drowning in debt and you want to put your kids in private school or go on vacations? Well, in 8 years you can do that. If you stay at a job and you work hard, where they are paying you for 8 years as you move up in positions, that too could change your life in 8 years. And that is actually promised with money and benefits and time off. Plexus does not promise that, nor do they promise that you too will have this financial security.
A very unlikely person to do this business, very much out of my comfort zone. I was not the most confident person in the room, but God, he brought this to me at a time when we needed a solution. We were living paycheck to paycheck. We were in between moves, and we were looking to buy our first home.
It's hitting all of those boxes that they need to hit. Every single one of them needed this because they were living paycheck to paycheck. They were drowning in debt, and this was the solution that it just appeared. It just fell into their lap. Oh no, I have to take it. Again, what makes Plexus different than any other MLM out there? The answer is it doesn't.
And we are crunching numbers, and the numbers were not adding up. We would not be able to afford a mortgage. So it was at that point where it was the realization I was going to have to go back to work. And that it was something that I had never wanted to do once I had kids, right? I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and care for my kids. I wanted that choice. And that option was being ripped away from me, which was so hard. And Plexus became the answer that I didn't know I needed. Because I stepped into this, even when it was uncomfortable, even when I was unsure of myself, it became the avenue to allow me to stay home with my babies. And it became that second stream of income that allowed us the ability to purchase our first home and pay for Christian education and not stress if we had enough money to fill up the gas tank. And eventually, it allowed us to think bigger and to dream bigger. So being a part of Plexus, it met that immediate need financially for our family, but it became so much more. It allowed us the freedom to pursue more passions. My husband's passion. We recently got an 1890 farmhouse, our dream home, and starting to get some animals. We got our first animals today. And that's something he's been dreaming about and wanting to do. So it's been able to allow for that to give back in bigger ways than we'd ever imagined, impacting others with their own health and their financial victories, right? It filled a purpose in my life that was so much bigger than myself. I want to walk in a way that honors God and I care for my family, and where I can be an example to my kids, and I can help other people like you. I can add value to others to help them grow, to reach their goals, to help them with what they're looking for, right? So what if this is the answer for you as well? What if this is the answer that you didn't know you even needed? If an extra stream of income, be it a little bit to take just some of the stress off your shoulders, or be it a lot to fuel your dreams and create financial freedom, if any level of that could benefit you, if you would enjoy being a part of a community that supports and encourages and builds you up, if you would simply enjoy helping others by offering them a solution to what they are looking for right now, by encouraging them, then you just may be in the right place. So this is for you if you want it to be. We encourage you to take that step, to check this out. I am certain that the impact will go far beyond yourself. I've seen it. I've seen it for me. I've seen it for so many of my friends. The ripple effect of my yes, of your yes, it affects other people as well. If your friend invited you here tonight, you guys, I want to encourage you to shoot that person a message right now after this call, because it's ending right now. So shoot them a message, let them know your thoughts on this. And it's your choice. It's your pace. We have the best tools, support, community to guide you. And with the best company, the most incredible products, and unmatched compensation plan, this could be your answer. What if this is your answer? All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight. We hope you have a great night.
Bye, Plexus ladies. So right there, she's trying to convince the person watching this to think that what they want is this. Like, you do want this. This is the answer you've been looking for. Even if you're not in, I guess, like the worst financial situation or job situation or life situation, they're trying to convince you that you are. And that this is the answer you need. Even though it's weird because you weren't asking that question. You were not asking, do I need something more? They're like, yes, you do. You do, and this is the answer. So just join. Join because you may not need it for financial reasons, but you need a community because you're lonely and you suck. Not what they said, but it probably could be, some sort of a talking point that they could use. It's like, you don't have any friends, and we're the friends that you could have. We all uplift and support each other. But then when you get in, they're like, don't you have friends and family that can, purchase from you? You don't have that? Gross. You can't financially manipulate your friends and family to buy from you in order to get you up a couple levels so that I hit my, monthly goals. Why did you even join? It's like, well, I joined for a community, and because you guys said you'd uplift each other, I didn't know that I'd have to have friends and family coming into this. Such an interesting thing. It's like, join this for community. You get in, they're like, use your community that you already have to get yourself higher up. Very, very bad. Well, they hit pretty much every single checkbox of like what they could use in order to get somebody hopefully interested in this and join and convince them that this is the answer they need. This is their answer to financial freedom, their answer to get out of debt, blah, 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 all of these things. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do a disclaimer like every situation is different. They really made it seem like I did it, you can do it too. I did it, you will do it. They can't promise that. You just cannot promise that. And the hunt at the end was like, we had the best financial or the best compensation plan and the best products. So every other MLM says that. Like, what makes your products different? What makes your compensation plan different? You should say that. Like, point out what makes you guys different. Like, why should I choose you over a different MLM? Because other MLMs will also tell me that I'll get financial freedom and that the MLM changed their life as well. They're able to do X, Y, and Z. Just like these people. If they didn't use Plexus, and if the one hun was not wearing a Plexus shirt, we probably wouldn't have been able to know that it was Plexus, because they didn't use any sort of identifiers that would make it be Plexus. It's just they talked about how much health and wellness is important to them, but like I said at the very beginning of this video, is they are one of many health and wellness MLMs. So just saying the health and wellness is so important and this is the MLM for you, why? They never go into what makes them different and special besides the fact that they just happened to join this one and it worked out for them. And so now you should too. But again, when they make things seem so easy and achievable and just join and we'll make, you'll make it work and I did it, you can do it too. The I did it, you can too sort of thing, or I was the least likely to succeed and I did so you can too thing. No, because every single person is different. And like I said, unless you have a specific look, you might have a little bit more of an advantage, but it also depends on the timing, depends on you as a person. Maybe you're not a salesperson, and this is a sales job, so it's going to be a lot harder for you than it is for someone that has a little more, sales, maybe not even background, but just is more comfortable talking to people. People who are uncomfortable talking to people and selling to people, even if it is their friends and family, people are still uncomfortable trying to sell to their friends and family. This is not the job for them, no matter how much these people try and convince you otherwise. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything Plexus in the comments below, and until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!